Hi everybody and welcome back to Liable Zest. And for those of you that haven't already met my twin sister, she has been joining me on a number of these videos. She's visiting me from the US and she has agreed to help me demonstrate these next few exercises for you. What we're going to be doing today is demonstrate a number of different exercises that will improve the flexibility and open up those hips, which will then help you perform your Pilates exercises a lot better. We were discussing it earlier, and one of the things that our significant others tend to struggle with is getting into these different types of Pilates exercises, but not because of their lack of strength, but more because of their lack of flexibility and mobility. So this is a perfect workout or sequence of exercises that you can do that will benefit you in getting into those deep activations. So I strongly recommend that you do this. If your better half is tight, or if you're someone that is tight, I would recommend that you guys do it together to get into that flexibility and then progress into your deep activations. So our first exercise is going to be in an all-fours position. And you're going to extend your left leg out towards the side, and you're going to rotate your hips and tailbone towards the wall behind you. And as you're doing that, you're going to lean all the way back. But while you're leaning back, you're really pushing your groin into the ground and you're tilting that back down. So you should feel a nice deep stretch going all the way down that leg. So you can do a number of these before you change over to the other side. And this is a nice mobility exercise that gives you a nice deep stretch down that inner part of that thigh. Okay, and let's change over to the other leg. So same thing, you're just pointing that toe outwards and you're just leaning back, making sure that you're pushing that groin towards the ground as you're leaning forwards and backwards. Okay, from here you are going to lean all the way back, and then you're going to bring yourself into a lunge position. And then again, so this one you are leaning all the way forward and then coming back. But the key here is to tilt in that pelvis. So very, very important to almost tuck in that pelvis towards your chin, so sucking in that belly and then leaning forward, which should bring a nice deep stretch into that front part of that hip flexor. So you're leaning all the way back, and as you lean back, you're extending that leg and bringing that chest towards your knee. And that's a nice combination sequence. So it's a little mobility flow, bending that knee and then leaning forward again. And then extending, keeping that back straight, leaning that chest towards that knee. And then coming up, stacking vertebra, leaning forward. And let's do one more. And then changing over. So again, we want to do the same amount of reps on each side. If you do find that your one side of your body is a little bit tighter, you can decrease the reps and increase the sets. Maybe not go as hard because there will be that restriction. But you want to make sure that you do the same exercises on both sides of your body to maintain that balance. From here, we are going to turn over into a seated position. And we are going to face the wall. And then feet are in front of us like this. And hands are facing the body. So you can start also, again, depending on your range of motion. We're going to start with a basic level. Feet are shoulder width apart. And we're going to keep our glutes on the floor for now. And we're just going to rock our knees from side to side, from left to right. So if you have a deep restriction here, you'll generally find that this is more than enough. You don't want to go beyond that. If you are wanting a deeper stretch, you can actually lift your glutes off the floor and then just a little bit, and then you deep going further. So while you're doing this, you're lifting your glutes up, tilting that pelvis towards that chin, and then lifting as you drop. So you should get a nice stretch. Are you getting a nice stretch into there? So just again, making sure what's happening is you're dropping those hips a little bit too much. You want to lift them a little bit higher, and then you're keeping that pelvis where it is now. You're just dropping those knees down. Can you feel that stretch even more? Good. And let's do one more. And slowly dropping those glutes back down. And now we're just going to turn to face the side of the mat. I'll do this one with you. So we're going to tuck that left foot into that right groin. And you want that leg out to the side, and you're going to lift arms up towards the ceiling. And now slowly reaching that left arm over towards that right foot as you stack that shoulder. And now slowly walking your hands along that mat towards the other side. And as you're leaning, you're pushing your chest into the ground, reaching forward, and now slowly rolling yourself back up. And you're almost just creating a little circle with your hands. And as you're doing that, you're making sure that both sits bone, both the back part of your pelvis is completely on the mat. So I'm finding I'm lifting as I reach here, so I need to just not reach as far, but keep that groin down, keep that shoulder down, and extend, and slowly coming back up. And let's just change towards the other side, changing direction to do that same thing. So now we're bringing that right arm towards that left leg, and slowly stacking those shoulders before we rotate those shoulders, and reaching across and all the way around. And now stacking and lifting that left shoulder towards the sky as you lift your right arm up and over to do that same thing. So this is actually a really nice mobility movement. It stretches out that entire body. I'm finding all the way down the side of my trunk. And let's do one more. And you'll find if you are tight into those glutes that there's a little bit of a stretch there. And slowly coming back to seated. Thanks for joining us on the mat today. If you want to see more videos with my twin, hit that like button, and don't be scared to comment in the comment section below. Looking so forward to seeing you in that next video. Woo!